Quickie Volume 3. This time it's quick. So episode 3 was a mixed bag for me. The weakest episode so far of the season. There were good scenes, some meh scenes, some amazing scenes, and the controversial final scene. The opening was great, a small skirmish between rival houses cutting to a sudden massacre. The first battle of the war. Rest in peace, Bracken Twink, we hardly knew ye. The Blackwood actor was kind of bad though, am I the only one?
Your uncle declared for Aegon, did he?
You want to try that one again, Chief? And yes, once again, I've got to celebrate characters wearing their house colours and sigils. I wish I knew more about the Brackens and Blackwoods. If only there was an animated video. Hold on, look at that. What a coincidence.
He is the basest of villains.
Yeah, he was pretty based, wasn't he? It's kind of wild that one single scene has completely changed Rhaenys' character. It's obvious the writers want her to be the voice of reason, the angel on Rhaenyra's shoulder. But after the Dragon Pit massacre, she just seems like a massive, annoying hypocrite. It doesn't ruin the character necessarily. Like, I think it makes sense for someone who is passed over by men for a man at the Great Council to be a bitter hypocrite who considers men to be bloodthirsty while ignoring her own actions. But again, I don't think this is the writer's intent. As usual, the Team Green scenes are the most fun. Otto's absence has led to a incompetence crisis, which is quite fun. You've got the new Hand looking completely out of his depth. Aegon's drinking mates are now his Kingsguard, lounging around, not taking their vows seriously. Even the small council members are just squabbling amongst themselves. Ironrod is spicy this season, literally the best character. More military strategy being discussed, which I appreciate. The High Towers are raising a host in the Reach, the Lannisters are marching to the Golden Tooth, Criston plans to take back the Crown Lands and then march to Harrenhal. At first I didn't quite get the logic that an army unprotected by a dragon is less likely to be incinerated by one of Rhaenyra's dragons, but I guess it's a game of chicken. Scaly, fire-breathing chicken. Neither side wants to be the first to officially drop the nuke and take the war to its next stage, so they're both keeping their dragons at home. Coley Boy is the most likeable he's been since episode 4. Taking action, showing us the competent commander. Putting him up against an arsehole does the trick. Classic technique. Shout out to Gawain. If he was like 18 minimum at the start of season 1, he's gonna be like late 30s, early 40s. God damn, the Hightower genes are good. Also, I appreciate the new Criston cut. A physical transformation to represent his change in status and attitude. Instead of being the incel bodyguard stewing in the Red Keep, he's committed to being the Lord Hand and the commander of the Crownlands army. I've previously complained about Larys's lack of subtlety, but this moment was perfect. He sowed seeds of doubt and division within Aegon, while also proving himself to be a useful ally and being named Master of Whisperers. Look at that short king right there. The Ulf Wunner was actually one of my favourite moments. Look at this charismatic geezer just stumbling into Weatherspoons, chatting absolute shit about his family. Personally, I don't think he's lying. I kind of like the idea that this dragon seed is Viserys and Daemon's brother. It's just funny. This season's doing a great job of showcasing the small folk and bringing characters back. Ulf, Hugh, Diana the maid, the madam. Aemon's scene was also important. He's torn away from his vulnerable state by his childhood bully, so he rejects it and storms off, naked. Walking naked all the way back to the Red Keep. The best part of the episode was, of course, dark, wet Harrenhal. The dramatic flight up to the tower, the eerie corridors, the dinner scene, the visions. In just one scene, Sir Simon Strong has cemented himself as a likeable, interesting character that I want to see again. Look at this rotund man. I appreciate that they explained Daemon taking the castle solo by having the Strongs be on Team Black. They've got no love for Larys Clubfoot. Even for a schemer like Larys, there are consequences to his murderous actions. I hope this vision is the first of many. Where better to explore Daemon's damaged psyche, and to bring back old actors and actresses than a haunted castle? Is Harrenhal supernatural? Are the weirwoods giving him waking dreams? Is Alice Rivers spiking his food with magic mushrooms or something? I love how everyone heard her Scottish accent as American. That's kind of funny. Wait, yeah, why is she the only Strong with a Scottish accent? How did that develop? So let's finish off with the sexy nun herself, Rhaenyra. Honestly, her reluctance to wage the war is getting annoying now. I assume her council are supposed to be viewed as warmongering sexists, but honestly I find myself siding with them, and not just because I myself am a warmongering sexist. They're right, peace is impossible at this stage. Rhaenyra shouldn't just be sitting around waiting. It reminds me of what they did with Alicent in season 1. You know, Otto's fired, green dress, she's about to form her own faction, but 10 years later, no allies. But then her father comes back and she shows her true colours, but she doesn't know about the green coup. But then she cements her power, she helps get Aegon on the throne, but no one takes her seriously. Why do we keep getting these moments that imply big changes for these female characters, but then nothing happens? Same with Rhaenyra. Father dies, green coup, she's reluctant to declare war. Okay, fair enough. But then Lucerys is murdered. She furiously turns to the camera. But no, still reluctant. But then Jaehaerys is murdered. They've gone too far. Wait, no, they haven't. But then an assassin is sent after her. No, wait, no, still reluctant. God damn it, just get on with it. This is my take on the ending. The dialogue was good. It was a good scene in a vacuum. It looks like this is the official moment when Rhaenyra realizes peace is impossible and she has to commit to war. It's taken too long to reach this point, in my opinion, but there you go. I also appreciate how the logistics of this meeting were established, but yeah, overall, it's kind of dumb for her character. It's dumb and risky for her to do this. It makes her kind of look like an idiot. It feels story-driven more than character-driven. They could easily have this discussion later on in the story. Like, this feels kind of forced. It's not as bad as I thought it could have been based on the leaks, but for me, the episode would get a higher score if this ending scene didn't exist and we got 10 minutes of something more interesting. This episode did get better for me on a rewatch, and I can see it improving within the context of the entire season once that comes out. But as it stands, I'm going to give The Burning Mill 7 sexy nuns out of 10 almond dongs. If you enjoyed this quickie, check out my episode 2 quickie right here. Feel free to like and subscribe for reviews and animated content, and special thanks to my patrons, in particular Alex, Andre, Devcole, Caden, Colshot, and Loopsie. See you next time.